Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. I hope you are staying safe and I hope you are having a wonderful day today. So, in today's update, we'll quickly go through the big questions on the stimulus package, the $1,400 stimulus check, and where things currently stand with this stimulus package. A lot is going on right now, and we've seen so much report on the stimulus package in Washington. In fact, yesterday, this was a tweet that we saw from Congressman Josh Harder. So Josh Harder did tweet out yesterday saying, "Tomorrow I will be voting yes on the COVID-19 package. This means more stimulus checks, more small business help, more vaccines, and more money to help our schools reopen." And he did say we have to get this done. But where do we currently stand? I mean, it seems like everyone was expecting the vote or the House to pass the package today. But so far, we're going to talk about everything you deserve to know about this package. So far, we haven't seen a whole lot of action. What we're hearing right now is the very fact that the minimum wage increase, the $15 per hour minimum wage increase, is blocking or is hindering this package from passing. So this package is facing some obstacles right now. So we're going to talk about the Democrats who are opposing this stimulus package, basically the minimum wage increase. We'll talk about who they are and what exactly they are saying about this package. So the biggest bone of contention right now, the biggest thing in the way of this package passing in the House right now is, even in the Senate, is the minimum wage increase, the $15 per hour minimum wage increase. So again, just wanted to quickly run through some of the big highlights of the day before we jump right into it. So according to the Department of Labor, the U.S. jobless claims fell to 730,000. So 730,000 people filed initial unemployment claims. Well, this is still, while this is a reduction in the number we saw from the previous week, this is still a huge number, right? So compared to the pre-pandemic level. So when you compare this to the pre-pandemic level, we're still way out there. This number remains way high. And this does indicate, or this highlights the need for more stimulus package, for more stimulus to the people, because people are still hurting really bad right now. And the other number we're seeing here is a lot of companies are still laying off. So Best Buy just laid off 5,000 workers and will close more stores. So this is not to scare anyone, but this is just to highlight the need for more stimulus. Right now, some people are saying we don't need more money. We need we don't need more stimulus package out there. There's already enough money. But when you have stores laying off people in the thousands, this is very concerning. When you have people still filing for unemployment claims, this is very concerning. So you also have some stores, on the other hand, stores like Costco, saying that they're going to increase the minimum wage to $16 per hour next week. So this is what we're seeing right now. According to Yahoo Finance, we're seeing that the CEO of Costco has said that he's going to increase minimum wage to $16 per hour. So if you work in Costco, or you know those who work in Costco, this is great news for them. So now down to the big report here. The big thing that we're seeing now is the $15 per hour minimum wage. So according to Jeff Stein is a reporter, a White House economics reporter for the Washington Post. So he did tweet out less than 24 hours ago. He said some Democrats want to fire the Senate parliamentarian who scuttled the $15 per hour minimum wage plans. And so this $15 per hour minimum wage is is getting heated. So this is what some lawmakers are saying about this package. So according to Jamal Bowman, Jamal Bowman is a congressman from the state of New York. So he did tweet a couple of days ago. He said, "No one should be asking if a $15 per hour minimum wage is too high. If it kept up with productivity, the minimum wage should be more than $24 today." $24? Wow, that's high. But again, he is saying if it kept up with productivity. We should be discussing how to ensure even better wages for workers once we achieve the $15 per hour. So I just wanted to share this quickly with you all to see exactly, or to just get your thoughts on what this congressman is saying right here. He said no one should be asking if the $15 per hour minimum wage is too high. So now Bernie Sanders, they sent out a tweet. So Bernie said yesterday Raising the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour would benefit 32 million American workers. So 32 million people, according to Bernie Sanders, will benefit from the wage increase and would give low-wage workers an extra $3,300 a year. So again, this is what Bernie is saying, and he said, I'll say that again. Raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour would benefit 32 million workers. Let's get it done. Do you agree with what Bernie Sanders is saying? Let us know in the comment section below. John Elliott, thank you for your support. So Bernie Sanders also tweeted out, he said, the owners of Walmart, the Walton family, are the richest in the country. They are worth $200 billion. They currently pay at least half their workers less than $15 an hour. That is absurd. The richest family in America can afford to pay their workers a living wage. Again, Bernie's just on fire with the minimum wage comments here. But what is the Senate leader saying about all of this? So this is exactly the report was seen from the newsroom, the press release from Senate leader Chuck Schumer. So according to Chuck Schumer's statement on the Senate parliamentary's decision on the $15 per hour minimum wage, Chuck Schumer did say yesterday, we are deeply disappointed in this decision. We are not going to give up the fight to raise the minimum wage to $15 per hour to help millions of struggling American workers and their families. The American people deserve it, and we are committed to making it a reality. So Chuck Schumer is not in support of getting rid of this $15 per hour minimum wage increase. He is still in full support of this, and this is how he feels about it. So right now, we're seeing a very contending, or should I say, we're seeing a lot of opposition to this $15 per hour minimum wage than expected in the beginning. And surprisingly, it's coming from the Democrats. So who are the Democrats? Who are the Democrats against this $15 per hour minimum wage increase? Remember, like I said earlier, this is holding up the package from passing right now. So according to this report from AS News, the Republicans, like we know, are already opposed to the $15 per hour minimum wage increase. But 3 Democratic senators have expressed their reservations about including the provision in the stimulus package that will most likely pass through the House by the end of this week. And those Democratic lawmakers include John Tester, Kirsten Sinema, and Joe Manchin. So Joe Manchin has been very vocal about the minimum wage increase. So what is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying? So according to the report from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's corner, we're seeing that she said the ruling from the Senate parliamentary is disappointing because raising the minimum wage would give 27 million Americans a well-deserved raise and pull nearly 1 million Americans out of poverty in the middle of a once-in-a-century devastating pandemic and economic crisis. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is saying 27 million Americans will benefit from this very raise, and Chuck Schumer, the Senate leader, is saying that 32 million people will benefit from this very minimum wage increase. So I'm not sure where exactly the data they're pulling from comes, but one party says 27 million and the other party says 32 million people will benefit from the minimum wage increase. So really want to kind of dissect that a little bit to see where the data is coming from. But according to this, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi goes on to say that the House Democrats believe that the minimum wage hike is necessary. Therefore, the provision will remain in the American Rescue Plan on the floor tomorrow. And the Democrats in the House are determined to pursue every possible path in the fight for 15. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is saying, she said this yesterday, look, the Democrats are going to maintain their stance on the $15 per hour minimum wage being included in this $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, the stimulus package. And she did say that they will pursue every possible path in the fight for the $15 per hour minimum wage increase. So she did finalize by saying tomorrow, when we pass the American Rescue Plan, the American people will know that help is on the way. So right now, we haven't seen this package pass yet. But this is what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said yesterday. So who knows? Is this package going to pass today? What exactly is going on right now? I mean, we cannot really tell if the $15 per hour minimum wage will make it through in the final package that gets to President Joe Biden's desk. But here's a tweet from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and this is in response to Kevin McCarthy's tweet. So Kevin McCarthy is the Republican leader in the House, and this is what he said. So he said, if every single Democrat If every single thing in Democrats' $1.9 trillion plan blowout is important to COVID relief, Speaker Pelosi would allow an up or down vote on each item separately. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did hit back with her response. She said, while you are busy mocking Americans' urgent need for COVID-19 package or the COVID relief, Republican mayors across the country are imploring you to support the American Rescue Plan. So here's the background info on that for those who are curious. So according to what we're seeing right now, some Republican lawmakers are not in support of the minimum wage increase and also some other provisions in this bill. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has made it clear that Republican mayors, so here's a statement from her. Republican mayors are in support of this package and they've asked for an urgent release on this very package. So according to this press release from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's corner, she did say, while congressional Republicans mock Americans' urgent need for the additional COVID relief, Republican mayors across the country are speaking out in support of the American Rescue Plan. More than 30 Republican mayors issued an urgent call for Congress to take immediate action by passing the American Rescue Plan in a bipartisan letter to Congress. So more than 30 Republican mayors sent a letter to Congress. So in a bipartisan letter to Congress, the mayors wrote that the legislation is a crucial step to make meaningful progress in one of the most challenging moments in our country's history, and that it would preserve critical public sector jobs and help drive our economic recovery. So right now, we're seeing that the GOP lawmakers do not support this, but the GOP governors, some GOP governors and mayors, city mayors do support the package. So I want to get your thoughts on this in the comment section below. This package has a lot of mixed reactions and a lot of stuff going on with it right now, and it's very interesting. So again, she did go on here to say, to just point out some of the examples and what some people are saying about the package, what some of the mayors from these cities are saying about the package. And it is really interesting. Here's a list of some of the mayors that she highlighted who are asking for immediate passage of this very stimulus bill. And I want to get your thoughts on that as well. So here's a long list. You can see it on the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's website if you really care about the cities and the mayors, the GOP mayors who are in support of this package. So it's a really long list. So what exactly is in the House Democrats' full stimulus bill? So the stimulus bill that they are planning to pass right now is a 591-page bill. And this is according to the latest CNN news report. So 591 pages is what the Democrats have right now outlined in the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. So what exactly is in it? According to this report from CNN, this does include stimulus checks. Okay, $1,400 per person, and a family of four could get up to $5,600 if they meet the income threshold. So for individuals, you have $75,000 as a year to get the full payment, and for married couples, $150,000 a year, less than that or less, to get the full payment. But not everyone who received the previous checks would be eligible this time around. So again, the next provisions in this package include the unemployment assistance. So the unemployment assistance currently is $300 per week. So $300 every week, and it's set to expire by March 14th. And March 14th, by mid-March, that's the deadline that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the top Democrats have set for this next package to go through. So right now, we're tracking towards having the president sign the $1.9 trillion stimulus package by March 14th. So that's the goal that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has set for. So we're really hoping this package hits the president's desk before March 14th, because if this doesn't happen, millions of people who are currently receiving the unemployment payment are going to be screwed, and this is not fair. So the package right now, the current package we have in the 591 pages, does include $400 per week in unemployment benefits. So $400 per week up till the end of August. So this will go through August 29th. Again, if you're currently receiving the unemployment benefit, just know that if this passes, you're going to get a $100 weekly bump, and this will ride on for the next few months, so August 29. But Biden's package had this expiring in September. The Democrats had to cut this by a month. Again, just for those who are wondering. So this is how long that will go for. And some of the other things we're seeing in here will be the nutrition assistance. So the plan right now, the Democratic stimulus plan, has a 15% increase in food stamp benefits through September. So there will be, if you currently receive the SNAP benefit or the WIC or food stamps, you will see a 15% increase in that benefit, and this will go through September. So people who are currently receiving the benefits, this is a very great news for people who are receiving, and this is what we have included in the current stimulus plan, the 591-page stimulus bill that the Democrats have on the table right now, and this is supposed to pass anytime from now. Remember, the big thing holding this up is the minimum wage bill. So the next thing we have in this plan, in this current plan, the 591 pages, is the housing aid. So there is roughly $19.1 billion to state and local governments to help low-income households cover back rent and rent assistance and utility bills. Then there's about $10 billion that would help people struggling. So those who are struggling with their mortgage. So if you're struggling with your house payment, there's about $10 billion to help you pay for your mortgage and your utilities and property taxes in this 591-page stimulus bill that is on the table right now. And then this package would also provide $5 billion to help states and local governments assist people who are home insecure, so people who are at risk of being homeless. So $5 billion included in this package for that. Now, what about tax credits? People are not really explaining the details of these tax credits. Now, you've had some lawmakers who are against these tax credits. So let's dissect this for a second. So these tax credits, what the bill currently contains is $3,600, so $3,600 for families with kids under the age of 6. So if you have a kid under the age of 6, each kid under the age of 6 will get, you get $300 per month for that. Now, if you have a kid between the age of 6 and 17, you stand